ST students, so here is Miss Ann. So today I'm going to show you how to make a pop-up stage by using only papers. Then you can create a three-dimensional space very easily. So later on I'll show you the steps. But before that, I would like to remind you, you have to choose one topic among three of them. So the first one is called the cunning pets, okay? The cunning pets, that is very playful, okay, very naughty one. And then the second one, it is the future land, the future land. So you have to think about, oh, what is your utopia, or what is the future city will be like, okay? And then the third one will be my idol. So I believe that some of you really like some maybe Korean idol or any idols that you like, someone that you admire. So you can create a stage for your own idols in this artwork, okay? So now I'm going to show you the steps, but before that, please remember, check in your Google Classroom that I have already uploaded the two templates, okay? You need to have two A4 papers in this project, and then make sure that you print out the templates accordingly. But I will highly recommend you, if you have drawing papers, so I will suggest you to use the harder one because it is more sustainable. But if you don't have it, please use the A4 paper and print out the templates, okay? So now I'm going to show you the steps. Okay, so ST students, so first of all, make sure that you have your templates already printed out, or you have drawn according to the measurement that I've posted in the Google Classroom accordingly, okay? So now I'm going to show you how you can create the whole set of the artwork, okay? So you can see that by using this paper craft, so when you just shut it up, so this is like a closing curtain, okay? You can create like a stage. For me, I choose the future land to be my topic, so I'm thinking about maybe my future land is like a universe, okay? I will start up with a sky like image, and then surely you can find those images from the Pinterest, okay? You can print it out, okay, in order to take reference from it more clearly, okay? And then afterward, I have to plan what I'm going to draw inside. So when you open your stage, then you will find that is a depth inside, okay? It's like a perspective, the foreground, midground, and background like this, okay? So you can create, if your topic is your idol, so you can think about this actually the curtain of the whole stage, and then when you open up, then you will see your own idol performing on the stage, okay? So try to make good use of different images to create your own theme, okay? So back to the craftsmanship, so what we have to do here is, you have to cut out all those papers. For here, you will see I have already cut out the 4 rectangular papers with the size 10 times 15 cm here. So one is more special. You have to make it like a frame, okay? So here I got one, semi-done. Okay, so you can see that I have reserved the edge, okay, for the frame itself, which is showing in the final work is this part, okay? So it's like the frame here, okay? And then what you have to do is you have to mark up a semicircle in the middle. So please mark it according to the measurement that I've shown, but now I'm going to do it again because this part is a little bit tricky. So for here, you get the ruler, and then so please measure it up. So for the height is 10 cm, right? So I just mark up 5 cm here in the middle. Okay, and then the other part is 1 cm and 1 cm. So totally here is 1 cm, and here is 1 cm. So there's totally 2 cm. After marking up the measurement, then it will be much easier, okay, for you to link up the line, okay? So you just need to draw a semicircle here like this, okay? Just like what I did on the other side here. So there's totally 2 cm here, and then you mark up a semicircle. So for the work I have done here, so you, after cutting out the 2 semicircles and with reserving the frame 1.5 cm, then you will have the frame like this, okay? So after making it, then you can just put it away first, okay? So then we will work on the other 2 papers. So remember we have 4 in total. So take 2 papers here, rectangular papers, then we have to fold it up. So what to do is, first of all, you need to fold it into half, okay? So folding the paper, usually I will just score the edge first, okay, to mark up the area, and then somehow use my fingernail, okay, to mark a sharper lines here, okay? So after folding it half, then I have to mark up one more place here, is because there's one more part I need to fold it downward, and the measurement here will be 3.3 cm. So you have to somehow mark a line here, okay? And then this is about 3.3 cm. So you can find all those measurements in the Google Classroom accordingly, or you can just print out the template that I have give you. Okay, so after marking it again, then you can just fold it a bit at the edge. Find out the marking. Then you can fold it like this, okay? Then you will have a pop-up paper like this. So you need to make 2 of them. So here I have already made it 2 folding papers like this, okay? They're the same. So you can see that Miss Anne has marked up the letter F here. It stands for front, because later on I have to cut a line at the back of this paper, okay? So what to do after making the 2 folded papers? So you have to flip it to the back here. As you can see that is a red line I marked here, because later on I have to cut it. So you have to reserve the length here. It is 1.2 cm, okay, and this is also 1.2 cm. So which I already upload in the Google Classroom. Please find it out. And then for this red line, you just use pencil will be fine. I just want to make sure that you can look at it clearly. So here is 2.5 cm, the length, okay? And then afterward, then you just need to use the cutter to cut out the line. So one more thing I want to remind you, because after folding the paper, you have actually 3 sections, 1, 2, and 3, okay? So we mark up the area, the line here, which is on the section 2. So you have to mark it here, okay? And then afterward, then make sure that both sides you have marked it also. So for the other one, I also need to cut it out. Okay? Because later on this part, there's a tricky thing that we have to insert a paper inside. Okay, so afterward, then what you have to do is you will find that you need the background paper, so you just get one more. And then the other 2 folded paper, later on, we can just place it accordingly, okay, which is the exact size of the background. Okay, so now you need the glue stick, okay, to stick it together. So for the glue stick here, please stick on section 1 here. So just add the glue on the top. So we will stick it one by one. So start with this one, how to stick it. So you have to merge, align the edge with the background edge here. So align with it. And then you can gently place your paper. To stick it more firmly, you can somehow use your finger or even use your ruler to somehow slide on the top to make sure that it sticks firmly. Okay? So the other one is the same. You just need to stick on the section 1, okay? And then stick it, then it will be together like this. Okay? So, and then afterward, then we have to insert the paper later. Okay, so I will stick it first. Okay, again, align with the edge here. And then stick the paper. Okay, then you will find that it is already folded up like this and it will pop up. And the two lines that we have just cut here, okay, then we have to do one thing. So in your template that you will find a letter I here, okay, that one, yeah. Okay, so I have already cut it out. So this part, it is one of the very crucial part in this work to make all the things work, okay? So for this letter I, then I have to insert inside this part, okay? So what you have to do, you need to unfold it a bit, okay? In order to make sure that it has enough space to insert the paper into the gap, okay? And then also cross along the two holes here, okay? And then extend the line in order to make it firmly, okay? So then you will see now it's like a gate, right? You can open it freely, and then you can also shut it up if you like, okay? So after making this, we already have the inner part of our work, okay? So you can imagine, you can draw your stage here. And also inside, you can see Miss-Anne have add one more papers. If you want something to pop up, maybe a human being or any architectures that you like, okay, you can put one more paper inside, okay, to design your own stage. Okay, so the last thing we have to do is the frame part. Okay, for the frame, you can see we have just cut out one here. Okay, and then for the template, you have two very thin strips here. That is for sticking on the frame as well. So I will cut it out here. So what you have to do is, you have to put it, okay, somehow on the frame, on the edge of the frame. And then you can see there's some about 2 cm reserved here. So you have to fold it up, align with the edge of the frame. After folding it up, then you need to use your glue stick again to stick it. Make sure that you have glue them, and then you just stick it accordingly, align with the edge here. Okay, then make sure that you do it both sides. Okay, then will somehow there's a hole formed here. Okay, so students, so after you have made the frame, okay, so make sure one more thing that you can also draw any image on the frame that fit with your theme. Okay, for me, I just extend my drawing to the frame here. Okay, so afterward you can insert your frame with your own stage here. So what you have to do is, because we have just make a hole, then we need to put the first section of the paper here, and then just slip it inside with the frame. And for the other side, the same. Okay, open the hole here and then insert your paper accordingly. So for this part, you need to be patient because you need to fit in with your work. To take a look of what, yes, okay. So afterward, then you will find that your frame has been inserted with your stage, and then when you open it up, then you will find your whole work done like a 3-dimensional space, okay? So I hope that you can try this work, and then I will see you in the lesson.